everyone, as always, Dylan, Miller Prospecting. As you can see, I've got a box. And from the title, I'm sure you know what's in this box, but let's open it up anyway. And as you can see, right here, this is from Martin Prospecting Equipment. Now, let's open it up, and then we'll talk about it. Trying not to cut my wife's table. All right, here we go. Fluff, more fluff, and the goodies. Oh man. All right, close this up. Got me some new pans. Actually, these aren't for me, but these are for me. These I just ordered just to have a spare set. So laying around, I wanted to see what the purple looked like. I've never used purple pans, and I figured why not. But these are Martin Prospecting's 4-stage pans in blue. Now, I'm a huge, and I mean huge fan of these pans. Now, I know a lot of people, it's really dependent on what you like, on what kind of pan you're going to use. But these are the pans I have used. These are the exact same 2 pans I have used for the last 5 years, and I absolutely love them. But I recently started using a blue pan for my finishing, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I've always used green pans, and I've used a couple light blue pans. I won't tell you the brand because this is all about Martin Prospecting here. But I've used another blue pan, but I recently started using a blue finishing pan, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I decided to order some of these, and I'm going to give it a whirl. So let's go get some water, get some pay dirt, and let's see how these things work. Now they do come, I ordered these off of Amazon, which is pretty much where I get all my prospecting kits from. And they came with the little scouring pad to help you scuff them up a little bit, which is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to go season these really quickly, get some pay dirt, get some water, and be right back. So let's get to this, because I'm really excited to see how these work, because I'm hoping they work as good as my finishing pan, because I'd love to start using blue pans. So alright, be right back. Alright, I am back. I've got myself a tub of water. I've got myself a towel to protect my table, or my wife will kill me, and then this will be the last video I ever shoot. So, season my pans. Typically, I probably would season them a lot more. I tend to usually play around with them. Personally, I've always found the best way to season them is after I wash them with some really good soap and water, is I just add a lot of gravel, play with them for a while, put them away. Every time I do some pay dirt, I'll add some more gravel, just because I think gravel adds a little better than just running it with a scouring pad. But everyone's each to their own. So, comparison. Exact same. These are my favorite pans, but green or blue. Like I said, I've always used the green ones. I don't believe they had the blue ones out for very long. Excuse me. I haven't seen them in a long time. And I recently did see them, like I said, and I've wanted to try them. So let's get to it. I have my blue pans, and I have some pay dirt. Some lynch mining. I figured I might as well use some of my favorite pay dirt for my favorite pans, and hopefully my new favorite pans. So I have just a regular bag of the lynch mining. We'll use just the big pan today. We'll knock it out with this. So let's add the pay dirt. I'm just going to dump the whole bag in. I am not going to classify or do any of that fancy stuff I usually do on my reviews. I'm just going to do what most people do, which is just dump their pay dirt in and pan it out. So there we go. I believe this is 10 ounces. Pretty sure 10 ounces. So let me move the camera so you can see better, and I'm going to pan this all out. Alright, so here we go. There's 10 ounces of Lynch Mining's original pay dirt. Now typically, if this was out somewhere else, I'd run it through this portion. This is for the larger material. We will run a little bit. Let me just get this wet. Now I will say a lot of times, most of the time I am panning, I actually don't use the larger one. It's only if I go through a lot of material. But typically for a 10-ounce bag, I mean, everywhere you see, they always tell you pan out 1 or 2 tablespoons at a time. And so typically I do use a smaller pan. And also I have really bad shoulders. Both my shoulders are bone on bone. The cartilage is almost all gone. So the heavier a pan is, the more stress it puts on my shoulder. So typically I do use a smaller one, and I pan it into the larger one inside of my bucket. And then about every 4 tablespoons, so you know, if I'll do 4 tablespoons in this small one, and then I will pan out the bigger one and just, you know, double check. And if I start spotting gold, then I'll definitely go through everything again. So, but let's just start knocking this out. One of the things, and also another thing is, even though this is a 4-stage pan, I really don't use the 4th stage. So this one I will use when I'm doing the plus 10 material. I will use this stage just to clear out the big rocks, because in that way, if anything's stuck to the rocks or anything else, it will trap any gold in these ones. And then I will move down to this one. And this is predominantly the side I use the most. I think its riffles are the best for catching gold, because the larger one will just stick big rocks and things like that. Then you have this one, which is the side I use most. And then when I get to fine gold, I will use this side, and we'll get to that. But this 4th stage is really, really small, especially on the smaller pan. It's just, there's not enough area to use. I mean, if you're going to have one pan, I think this pan has it all. It does have, all 4 stages you'll need. I do use a cleanup pan, a separate pan just for doing my fine gold. So, but let's pan this out. Maybe I'll let you listen to some music, maybe not. Here, I'll let you do that while I just pan this out pretty slowly. I'm sure I have some song y'all haven't heard before, so. So typically this is where I would switch everything over to my cleanup pan, but as you can see, some nice little gold here. Pretty good amount of gold. I believe I paid 22 bucks for that bag on eBay. But so I really love these pans, as I said. Once you get down to here, I do cleanup. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the 4th stage. I believe it's really too small to really use effectively. I mean, like I said, if this was, you could only have one pan, this is a pan I would use, and I would just, pan it really slowly. I don't have my magnifying glasses, which I'm not going to try to pan this down right now, because then I'll just look like a big old, I'll look stupid when I just washed it all right into the material. So, well, there you go, my new pans. So, I mean, I can't say enough about these pans. They're $26 for the set. I believe they're, if you buy them individually, they get to be a little pricey. So for 26 bucks for this set, they also I believe they have another set where you get the 2 pans, 2 snuffer bottles, and 2 vials that are $32. I just want the pan, so $26. They come in 4 different colors: blue, which is my favorite; green, which would be my secondary favorite, and then they also come in black and purple. Alright, as you can see, I have my collection of Martin pans here. The only ones I'm missing, they come in 4 colors. They are 2%. They come in a 10-inch and a 14-inch is what I have here. They're available in green, blue, purple, and black, which I don't have. I'm not a huge fan of black pans. You can't see black sands in a black pan. I know some people like them, and I've just, except for in my videos, I have no use for them. So, as I said, $26, free shipping on Amazon. The seller is AP Golf, but that's actually Martin Prospecting Equipment. That's actually their company name on Amazon. It's AP Golf, so it's direct through them. It's not through a reseller or anything else like that. It's directly through Martin. Now, again, like I said, I love the blue pans. I can't wait to get these and making these my full-time pans. Until then, I'll probably still use my green ones until I get these nice and seasoned as well. And one of the things I do, I didn't do it on here because I didn't have time, but in all the pans that you'll buy nowadays, they have all these little circular marks on them from the presses when they're made. And I take some 1000 grit sandpaper and just get any edges off of them so they're nice and smooth. And you're going to get that in any pan, unfortunately, nowadays that's made pretty much, unless it's a really thin plastic. You know, these ones that are hard to bend and are rugged and rigid, they have all the molding, I guess, blemishes on them. And I always take a little bit of 1000 grit sandpaper and just, wet dry sandpaper is the best, and just take those off. So that's it. As you can see, these will be my wife's pans. I will have my backup green ones just in case I ever lose my blue ones, or if I go out in the field, I'd probably bring my green ones just because, I have no plans to go out in the field. My body wouldn't take that. But I'll have some backups. But the blue ones will be my new pans. And for 26 bucks, you really can't go wrong. And they get good gold. The gold really pops on them. They're my absolute favorite. I love the blue pans. I can't say enough about it. Alright, everyone. Thanks as always for watching. This is Dylan from Miller Prospecting. Make sure you hit the little icon down here. Leave some comments. In the comments, tell me what kind of pans you use. I'm be curious to see what kinds of other pans people use. I've used most pans out there, and just to me, these are my favorites. I've tried a lot of them, and there are some really good pans out there. Just for me personally, I like these. I like the 4 stages. If you have some heavy material in the +10s, the -10s all the way down to the -40s, and then the -40s I use this for. And then for my final cleanup, I do use a different pan, but I'll show those in another video coming soon. Alright, thanks everyone.